I'm the founder of Odoo, and I'm going to show you everything about the open positions we have at Odoo, the culture of the company, and everything you want to know. Okay, here we go. So usually we have beers and ping pong, and we explain that while having fun together. This year we have to do it remotely. So here is some pictures of your recruiters. So you probably are in touch with one of them. And if so, you know you can, if not, or if it is, you can put a face on everyone. So we have Tatiana, me, Mathilde, Barbara, and Julie who are there to help you assess if you want to have a job at Odoo. All right, so here is the topic of today. I will talk about the company, what's like to work at Odoo. We'll have a look at our different offices, the culture, what it is like, who are your colleagues and your managers, the jobs we have, the open jobs we have today, and you can ask me at the end any question you want. And let's start with why do we do Odoo? Why is Odoo so important for people? And these are pictures that my kids draw when I ask them to, and it basically summarizes very well why is Odoo that important. Can you imagine a mechanic without tools? So it could be a very good mechanic. He's good at fixing cars or houses. He can do everything, but if he doesn't have the right tools, it's going to be very bad and frustrated. So he could be the best mechanic in the world. If he doesn't have the right tool, he will quickly get frustrated because it takes hours to do a very simple thing. To the point that he might not like his job anymore because he's not efficient. And when you look at small to mid-sized companies, it's exactly what's happening. Small to mid-sized companies, they don't have tools. Most of these companies are not well organized. You have a lot of people who do administrative tasks, repetitive tasks, boring tasks. So it's very important to give companies the right tools so that they can operate efficiently, so that their employees can be more efficient, more happy at work, and produce more creative tasks rather than administrative or recording tasks. So it's critical to offer these tools, and that's what we do at Odoo. That's what we do, and it's very important because we spend probably 1/3 of our time at the office. So it's important that employees, when they work at the office, have tools so that they can perform efficiently. They don't have to do stupid things and recording. So that is what we do, and it's very important because it has a lot of impact on people. And it works. I mean, that was the company in 2007, so I was on the right with the dog, and I believe we were like 11 people at the time. And this is the company today. Today we have 1,200 employees, so it's completely exploded. We are fastest growing company, one of the fastest growing company in Belgium, probably one of the fastest, at least at that size. In between, we have opened office in Hong Kong, in India, Dubai. We have offices in Belgium, Brussels or Antwerp or Louvain-la-Neuve, Grand-Rosières. We do have office in San Francisco, New York, Buffalo now, Mexico, and we are opening more and more. We run at a growth of 67% per year. So this year with the COVID crisis, it's going to be closer to 55, but still 55 is very, very fast. We have more than 1,000 employees today, 1,150 to be exact. Or we do have an exchange program. It's quite cool. Every employee, after 2 years, they have the ability to move to another company if they want. So we will talk about what we expect from people working at Odoo, but one of the key things for me is that everyone should evolve. And we notice that having an experience in another country is a very good way to evolve. People learn a lot from such an experience. So we do have an exchange program where everyone can go to another office at Odoo if they have 2 years experience. Sometimes we do it before 2 years if the person is really good or if we need him. But if we don't need the person to move abroad, then everyone is allowed to do it after 2 years. We cover 130 countries with our with our partners, and we have today it's 6.4 million of users, so it's massive, huge impact. And this is what we do. In order to help companies perform better, we provide one app for all their needs. So basically, if you need a website, we have a website builder. If you need a CRM, we have a CRM. If you need to run project, we have project and timesheet. If you need an accounting, you have an accounting software, and so on and so on. And if you put all these applications together, they fully integrate together so that when you do a sale order, it triggers a delivery order. The delivery order will trigger the invoice, and all your business flow are completely automated. So it's very efficient. But let me show you how it works very quickly. So let's go on Odoo. Did I run Odoo? No. Sorry, I just have to launch it. Okay. So this is Odoo, and I started with an empty website, so I have basically nothing here. And I installed a few applications, calendar, CRMs, e-sign, accounting, and so on. And let's start with designing a website. Did I install the website builder yet? Yeah. So we have plenty of applications, as you can see, and all these applications are very easy to use out of the box. So usually when you subscribe to Odoo, you have to choose a template. So I'll do like if I subscribe on odoo.com. And then you have all the templates, and you choose a website for your company. You pick a website that you like, depending if you are running a store or a service business or a corporate, or pick something that fits your design. You choose one, and then Odoo will install a website builder. That's an example of an app that we do. And after I will show you other ones. So it's installing my website, and then I will be able to design my website from scratch. So here it is. And now in just a few minutes, I can create my website. So let's go with a cover. And after my cover, I may need a title, let's say here. And then image text maybe, let's say here. And then maybe text image like this. And in a few minutes like this, you have a beautiful website. And let's say this section will be higher, like 100%. It's join Odoo, great company, like this. So it's very easy to design your website with plenty of options. And you can design, let's say, I'll change some shapes. So here I'll do a shape like this that I will put on a black color, like this. And this one, I will switch it to black. Perfect. And maybe I should remove this, like this. In a few minutes, anyone can design its own website for free. Yeah, it's free because one application is always free at Odoo, but you can install more if you want. And this one, I will put it on the top, like this. Maybe some margin extra there. And as you can see, it's very easy. You design your own website in a few minutes. Then it works on mobile. You can expand the website and use an e-commerce if you want. You have plenty of options to change the header and the footer and pretty much everything you want. So let's say I want to add a shape here. So I just click here. I select a shape. I'll use another one. Let's say maybe let's go on these ones. And I'll pick, for instance, this one that I will switch here and that I will put in black. Here it is. And then I have a beautiful footer with a shape. It's perfect. So that's one example of an application. As you can see, it's very easy. You design things in a few minutes. That's the static part, but it could work with dynamic things like e-commerce, job positions. Everything you need to run a business works on the website. But then we have other applications like the point of sale. Let's say you want to run a shop. Then you imagine that you are on an iPad. And the storekeeper can buy some products, and you click on the iPad and you say, okay, I will buy this. Do I have a loyalty card? No, not debug window. I would like to pay $80, so the change is 12. I validate, print the ticket, new order. So that's another example. It's to manage the point of sale, so that the cashier can do orders, and usually you have an iPad and a scanner, but you get it. Or we also have back-end application. Let's say you want to manage salespeople. You will have a pipeline for the CRM with all your business opportunities. And let's say I will close an opportunity here. Perfect, I did the team record of the past 30 days. So we try to make it fun and fast, full drag and drop so that people love using it with lots of automation. Everything is integrated with email, voice over IP, so that the users are very efficient for what they do, whether it's creating a website, selling in the shop, or selling on the phone with the CRM. And we do have applications like that for pretty much everything. All right, let's continue the presentation. So that's about the product. Let's have a look. If you want to join Office, maybe it's good to have a look at our different offices. So the first one is this one. It's the headquarters. It's the what we call the Farm 1. It's in Grand Rosière. Today it's used by the service team, so the consultant and project manager. So the farm is a bit ugly from the outside, but from the inside it's pretty cool. And we have ping pong tables and kickers and things like that. And we like to work in farm. So I actually work in this one, which is the Farm 2. It's a bigger one. It's close to the other, so we travel from one to the other fast. We have a sport room. And yes, it's regular offices inside. It's quite, I would say, like at home. That's the Farm 3. So all these 3 farms are 500 meters from each others. So here we even have a swimming pool. So it's pretty cool, and it's warmed. So you can go several months per year. And we lunch here on the terrace. And we also have a new office that is coming in Louvain-la-Neuve for the salespeople and the project manager. That's 8,000 square meters. There we'll have a rooftop with a bar. But it's still in renovation, so we'll only go there in January. So the photos you see here between the between the construction work, it's close to be finished now, so it's much better than that. But it's going to be a very modern office with a rooftop and a bar and everything you need, and a cook. We'll have a cook so that we have great food and free for everyone. So that's how the office looks like in Louvain-la-Neuve. So we still need 1 or 2 months to finish it. So now let's talk about the people. That's way more important than the actual offices. So what I do like at Odoo is the way people are. First, there is a lot of autonomy. Pretty much everyone is autonomous to do whatever the company needs. We do have a lot of responsibilities on everyone for different reasons, because it's our culture. We push everyone to put to get their responsibilities. But we also have a context that allows everyone to get a lot of responsibility. We grow a lot too. This year we'll probably recruit 700 people within the next 12 months. So that means that very, very quickly, all the people who joined us to become manager, because we are growing so fast that we need to have everyone get responsibilities very quick in order to onboard and help the new people. And something that matters a lot for us is evolution. That's the key thing for me, is that we want everyone to evolve. We want everyone to learn, continuously learn, whether it's after 1 year or 5 years or 10 years. We want to everyone to have challenges. That's really part of what we fight for, is to be sure that everyone evolves and evolves fast. We typically have a culture where we work hard, but we have fun. It's okay to fail. You won't have stupid managers blaming you if you do mistakes. Usually it's part of the innovation process or learning to fail. We have a startup mindset, so pretty much everything is feasible. You don't have a validation process. You can do whatever you want. You talk to the CEO directly or others. So it's really like a startup, but with the means and the impact of a large company. So it's quite cool because you have the flexibility of a startup, but if you want to spend millions on something, you can do it because we have the power of a larger company. So you have the best, I would say, of the two worlds. So that's I like. A lot of people say, yeah, everyone says that. The culture. A lot of companies says they have a great culture, and it's funny when the new people, new hired join Odoo. I very often say, yeah, I've seen that in your paper and your document, But when I feel it, it's very different. What you say is really true. It's something special to work at Odoo with so much autonomy and responsibilities. It's very cool because it's like we have a bunch of friends who work together in order to achieve something big. Sometimes it feels like that. Sometimes it's very sensible too. We may agree or disagree on very complex topics, but it's always for the good of the company. So that's about the culture. We used to do a lot of barbecue. It's not anymore today with the pandemic. Everyone is working home to be safe. But we used to have a lot of parties and barbecues or sport by teams. There are some photos. But let's talk about our job positions now. So we recruit on pretty much every department and every job position. So if you're not sure, you can always contact our HR about advice about what jobs better fits your needs. And let's review the ones we have for which we are looking for recruitments. And let's start with the research and development. So we do recruit a lot of developers. We even have a 5K first day bonus. So on your first day, you get 5K bonus in addition to your regular salary. Because we really want the best developers and we are really ready to pay what's needed to get the developers. We are also looking for web designers, typically web designers who are also good at CSS and knows a little bit of JavaScript. So we require both. The developers, what I really like, what they really like in this position is that it's not a service company. We do have some developers who work for the service department, but here we are recruiting for the research and development, R&D department, which basically means that they just work for the product. They don't work to satisfy customer or to meet deadline. There is no project management with deadlines and Gantt chart, nothing of that. The only thing that matters is to do something of a high quality. And we have time and we do it well, and we do a product which is open source. It's pretty cool to have millions of users and work with communities on GitHub and translators on Transifex. Sometimes it's hard because the community criticizes us if we do a mistake, but it's really cool to work with communities. And it's great to be in the R&D department where we can put the effort to do the things correctly and take the time to do high quality code. Typically what you will do if you join as a developer, you will work on our open source apps in the R&D research and development environment, which is very different from a service company. If you like service and you want to work for customer, we also recruit developers in the service department. With a worldwide impact, we have millions of users that use our software. You will work with the committee on GitHub and Transifex for the translation. And basically, what I used to say, we have very smart. You'll have very, very smart colleagues, and it's probably what matters the most if you want to join a technical company. You want to be surrounded by people that are smarter than you. You don't want to be the smarter in the room, and that's really the case at Odoo. We are very picky on the people we recruit. I have several times someone who came to me and said, in my last job, I was the king. I mean, I was the main developer, and everyone came to me when they had questions. I was really the best in my last job, and now that I joined Odoo, I noticed that I'm just average. There are so many people that are smarter than me, and that really reflects what we try to do. We really try to have the best of the best because good people want to work with good people. Some example of projects we do in the research and development department. We do artificial intelligence. Automate the scanning of vendor bills or expenses, or we work on the website builder that I showed you just before. We are building an Excel alternative, so we want to do an open source alternative to Microsoft Excel because we think LibreOffice is completely outdated and we need something on the web that is on par with Google Spreadsheet or Microsoft Excel. So we work on that. It's a long-term project. It'll probably take us 1 or 2 years extra. We are already at 50% of the project. We have jobs for working on the backend in Python. We have work on the mobile apps. We have jobs for the ones who are good in security. We do have things in the front end also. So typically what happens is when a developer joins us, they choose where they are comfortable and they can change, but they join a team that they like. We have a lot of positions available in our sales team, whether it's to work in direct selling to direct customer or to work indirect, working with our partners all around the world so that we leverage them to sell even more. Typically, salespeople, it's very different from other companies because first, we only do inbound, no outbound. So you won't have to chase and find leads. We have so many demands on Odoo that you can focus on the ones who come to you. Every salespeople are hundreds of leads at Odoo, receive hundreds of leads at Odoo every month. And from salespeople, we don't call them salespeople, we call them actually business advisors because that's what they do. They really advise customers who have difficulties to digitize their process, to have inefficiencies in their inventory or have a lot of burden on administrative tasks for their employees. Their goal is to educate the customer on a better way to work, on transforming their business so that they deliver better. So it's like consultant, except they have a commissions and they are driven by the target, but it's really a job of consultant with people who really have to understand the product, the business of the customer, and it's not easy yet. There is a lot of things to learn, but it's very fun. Yes, that's a photo in an exhibition. And these people, they generate money, of course. We do have... we are recruiting a lot of business analysts, project managers. So typically what they do is 85% of their time, they do project management. So they analyze customer needs, they recommend solutions, they do the implementation, configuration of the project, customization with Studio. They can customize the software themselves or they can ask developers for complex things. Every business analyst manages the project from A to Z. That's very special. Usually you put a team of 5 people working on a customer for 2 years. Because we work with small and mid-sized companies, you directly work with the director and you are in charge of the project completely. Of course, the team will help you. So we have a lot of coaching and colleagues who will help you. But every business analyst is responsible for his project fully. So it's quite cool. You have a real impact. And because you work with small and mid-sized companies, there will be a lot of different projects. Instead of doing the same project for 2 years, you typically have 5 to 10 customers every year. So our business analysts, they learn very, very fast. When we recruit someone who has 10 years of experience, usually we are like, oh, wow, we just have the experience of someone having 1 year working at Odoo because people learn very fast in this department because they do so many things in so many different business. And when you are working with small and mid-sized companies, you are very accountable, which is not the case when you work in corporate or larger projects, which usually project managers do. And 15% of their time, they work on internal improvement. It's feedback to improve the product, coaching of the other employees, training, improving internal process, methodologies, and all those things. So it's mixed between working for the client and working for Odoo, 15% of your time. So that's the business analysts, project managers. In the service team, we also have support. We recruit for the functional support team, so people who master the product, or for the technical support team, so people who master the product technically, who likes problem solving, like fixing bugs and things like that. Their goal is to satisfy and help existing customer, of course. They engage with visitors. They do live chat also on the website. So we try that every position do a very different thing so that the job is not repetitive. So for instance, this team, they also do live chat on the website if they like. Some people do it like 1 day per week. Some people don't do it because they prefer not to do it. So everyone does what he wants. There are a lot of different things to do and we share the task between the ones we want to do each things. They also, of course, contribute a lot to the improvement of the product on the stable version mostly, where the R&D work on the new versions. And if you like one of these positions, we recruit in pretty much every department. So we do have orders. You can have the list on our website. Our typical recruitment process is this. You send your CV, resume, then you get a phone interview. Sometimes we don't even have a phone interview. I think that for developers, we don't even call. It's directly an interview. And then you have a manager interview, maximum 2. So we try our best to decide within 1 interview so that it's fast and easy for you. If we have a doubt, we could have a second interview and we try to do it the same day if it happens. But we really try that the process takes less than 2 weeks for everyone. For the developers, there is one extra step, which is a technical test instead of the phone interview. So you receive a test that you do from home. It's like for the qualification for us. And if you are good at doing the development exercises, it's like a few challenges. It takes 2 hours. Then you get an interview with the manager. And after that, you get a contract, an offer. So it's pretty fast and easy. You don't need to... The resume is enough. You don't need to write a motivation letter or someone. We try to be simple. And the way to apply is to just go on odoo.com/jobs, choose a job that you like, and fill the form with your resume and so on. If you don't have a resume, it's okay. Don't waste your time doing one. Just send us a link with your LinkedIn profile, and I think we can deal with that. We don't want to make you work for. It's better that you apply. Just put the links to your LinkedIn profile, and we are good with that. Something changed is that the manager interview now is done remotely through Skype. If you want to meet us physically, we also do it. Some candidates want to know who we are and discuss with us. Then we do it at the office. It's up to you. We want to be safe for everyone. So the ones who are not comfortable meeting someone in a meeting, we prefer that they do it remotely. And the ones who are comfortable, we are always available to meet you so that you can feel who the team will be. And so you can go on odoo.com/jobs. And so that's the page, and you have all the positions that are below. And there is one cool thing is that you can try the salary configurator. So just click on this button from our website. If you don't see the button, it's because you are not in Belgium. So just ask us the link and we will send you the link. It's only visible if you are in Belgium. And typically what we do with this button is we show you the average salary of the team. Because we pay very well, we publish our salaries, but we only publish the average of the team. So you don't know exactly how much you will have or the team will have. It's just the average, but it gives you an idea on how much we pay people. So the best, based on the average, some people will have 50% more, and usually the median, the majority of the people have 6% less than the average. It's because some of them have way more than that. So you just click there, you're filling your number of years of experience and your job position, and then you can click configure my salary. And usually you receive 6% less than what you will see, the median. The first year, because the first year we don't know you, so we pay you at the median. And then based on your rating, you can have more the next years. But that gives you a good idea of how well we pay so that you can check before applying and you don't waste your time if you think that Odoo is not worth it. It is, I can guarantee you, but we prefer to be transparent. And the salary configurator is very cool. Actually, let's do it together. So if I go to odoo.com/jobs, click try the salary configurator. I want to apply as a software developer, 3 years of experience. And then you will receive what will be your offer if you are accepted. And it's flexible, everyone can choose. So you could say, okay, I want a company car. I'd like to use the old one from February 2017 because it's cheaper. Or I want a new one because we also can buy new ones. Or you could say I want Odoo to contribute to my phone subscription, €30 in net. I want more extra leave days, hospital insurance, yes, no. So you do whatever you want and we compute the salary accordingly. So let's say I want hospital insurance, yes. As you can see, the net will decrease a little bit because you will receive an insurance, but you will have monthly advantages or yearly advantages here for the insurance. So you can fill in what you want. Do you want a fuel card and so on? And everything adapts so that you can configure what you will get if you join Odoo. At least that's the average to start with. It gets better after the first evaluation. It can get better after the first evaluation. So we try to be fair and transparent on everything. We try to provide a good experience for users or customers, but we also provide a very good experience to our employees. If you need to learn who is Odoo, who are the people behind Odoo, I recommend you to have a look at our Instagram at Odoo Official. There are photos of what we do or people at work and so on. It's quite fun. that gives you an idea of the spirit we have at Odoo. It's always good to know where you will work for. And all right, that's a good summary about the job position, the company culture, the product. And now I'm available for you if you have any questions. So feel free to ask your question in the chat. Where is the video? And I'll try to answer the question as I see them. Where is the chat? Okay, here it is. So let's have a look at the chat. And I'll pick some question at random. If I miss your question, feel free to ask it again because it's not easy for me to review everyone's question. And let's start with Francisco. This salary feature is so cool. Yeah, I agree. And you haven't even seen the company. The company is very cool too. So yes, we welcome. I honestly 3 job positions from the salary configurator. Is that normal? So that's a question from Mochile. Yes, we only publish the average of the large team because on a smaller team we don't want people to know what would be the salary of, because we don't have enough people so that they are anonymous in the average. So we only publish the large team. We do have the same salary configurator for every job position, but you need to apply to receive a link and to test. We only publish the main ones. But for some position, basically what you have in the developers work for everyone working in the R&D department. So designers and developers, we usually give more or less the same amount. And it's the same for service, whether you do support, business analyst, project manager, they all use the same grid. And it's also the same for salespeople, whether you do direct sales, account manager, they pretty much all follow the same grid. Besides the software developer, what kind of job can employee do remotely? So it's a question from Petra. First, we don't recruit remotely. So even though people work remotely for now, because we are in a lockdown period, and we want everyone to be safe, the idea is that when things get normal, we'll probably go to something like 2 days at the office, or 3 days at the office and 2 days or 3 days at home for the ones who want to work remotely. But we are not ready yet to have people working 100% remote. So if you want to join us, you will have to relocate in one of our company. You could go in San Francisco, Mexico, Belgium, Luxembourg. We have a few companies. But we don't recruit full remote for now. It could improve, but we are not perfectly ready for that yet. Do you hire bootcamp grads? I mean, entry-level folks who do not reside in Belgium and speak only English. Yes, we recruit people who don't speak French. The language is not an issue for us. So the only condition, we recruit also fresh graduates who speak English. The only condition to join is that you will be ready to relocate when we'll ask people to come back to the office at least 2 or 3 days a week. Because we have a very good team building and people are very efficient to work together. There are a lot of things to learn on Odoo. So we want people to collaborate, work with them. And we think that it's very efficient to work remotely from home. But if we want a good team spirit, it's not only about people doing tasks that can be done remotely. But if you want to build collective intelligence and a good team spirit and motivation for everyone, we want people to meet at least some days per week. What is the country where Odoo is most present? So the main ones, it's basically spread worldwide. In terms of sales activities, we are present in pretty much every country. The biggest country is the United States, and there we do less than 15% of our revenues. So that gives you an idea of how spread we are. In terms of number of employees, the biggest is Belgium and then San Francisco. Which are the new countries you guys are going to hire in the future? We don't predict which are the new office we will open because we don't have a strategy to open a new country and a new office. What we typically do is we first find a good director. And for the director, it's always someone from our employees. So we never recruit directors. We only recruit people that grow into being directors because we want to preserve the culture. And once we get an employee that is very good, that has the level to direct a new company, we ask him if he wants to create a new company for us. So it's more about finding the right person. And once we have the right person, he will decide where he wants to open his company. That's the way we work. Because finding the right director is more important and more difficult than finding the right country. How can I find Odoo-related job in Germany? We do have partners in Germany. So if you go to our website, that's a question from Samad. If you go to our website, let me find the website. Yes, odoo.com/partners. You'll have the list of companies who resell services on Odoo. That's what we call partners. And you have by country. And you should go to Germany. I'm in French, but Allemagne. And we have here 47 companies who work, who sell services and develop and have recruit project manager. Pretty much all our partners are recruiting, so you can apply to one of these if you want to work on Odoo, and we don't have a company in your country. I am from India. Can I shift to Belgium? What about visa and other stuff? Our rule is that you have to work 2 years in our Indian company, and if you work 2 years there, yes, you can switch to another company after. And for the visa and other stuff, we take care of everything. We don't have offices everywhere because we have partners. Like there is a question here in South America. We do have partners all around the world. And so we rely on the partner to do the local service because it wouldn't be feasible for us to open companies in every country. One day we'll probably do it, but for now we prefer not to we want to be focused and rely on a partner to address the local market. Talking about the sales machine, congrats of the milestone 11.6 million. Someone is reading what we do. Yeah, you can contact me on LinkedIn. I still don't know if I will participate, but I'll check. Can a college dropout having 5+ years of experience as business analyst can join Odoo? Yes, we typically don't care too much about the education or not. We recruit people who have no experience and also people who have 15 years of experience. What matters for us is the competencies and if the person is smart and everything, more than the experience. So everyone can join Odoo, and yes, you can join Odoo. We have in India we are in the Gujarat in Gandhinagar, close to Ahmedabad. So if you want to join us, you can apply there. Can I apply more time for one office as developer? Yes. So let's say you applied 2 years ago and we decided not to recruit you. You can still apply today and try again because probably you evolved and also our situation evolved. Maybe at some point we were not recruited and now we are more. So feel free to try again if you want. How good is Odoo in the localization? We support 140 countries, but I'll keep it to the question about the job positions we have. Is it possible to have the link to the salary configurator? Yes, when you apply to the job position, if you don't see the link, ask the person to send you a link. Because we only show the link in Belgium because it's only related for Belgian offers. So if you want to apply in San Francisco or India, we don't have the same salary configurator yet. We are thinking about doing it, but it's not ready yet. So just ask when you apply if you can get a link and we'll send you. Are the business analysts going to work in the new office in Louvain-la-Neuve or in the office in Grand-Rosières? They will work in Louvain-la-Neuve. So Grand-Rosières and Louvain-la-Neuve is only 50 minutes, one from there. But the business analysts will work in Louvain-la-Neuve. We have more space there. We have 8,000 square meters available, so we can do much better office. Here we are a bit too short in Grand-Rosières. It's cool to work in the farms, but the farms are not as big as Odoo is becoming. Have you ever imagined being in the position right now where you're having your tiny project in the past from selling t-shirts? Yeah, someone knows me from the past when I was selling T-shirts. Yeah, I always wanted to do Odoo. I worked on management software since I was a student, so I always dream big. When I was a student, I used to say that my dream was to have 3 employees and three kids. And now I have 2 kids, but I don't want more, and I have 1,200 employees. Can I learn the Odoo framework to be hired from you guys in the future? Yes, for the ones who want to learn Odoo, even if you don't work at Odoo, our training materials are all online. You can go to our e-learning platform. It's here. Let's switch to English maybe. And all our courses are free. So you can train yourself on our course and learn Odoo on your own if you want. And you can even pass the certification if you feel ready for. You should first test the sample test. Because we provide all this material for free. And if you do that, we can even give you, for the ones who follow the videos, they can even learn. It's everyone who follows a few videos can learn that. Learn that actually. It's a business game, scale up, so that student can use to train themselves on Odoo. It's quite fun. It's a role-playing game where you play the role of a CEO and try to do business process on Odoo. We offer that to every student. What is the biggest and current challenge of Odoo? What a possible new worker can do to achieve it? That's a very good question. So first, we don't have a market challenge. We do less than 0.1% of the market. The market is big. It's pretty much every company in the world. So the market is not an issue. We can grow a lot in this market. The product is not an issue. We are years of advance compared to the other companies. The only issue we have, the biggest challenge we have, is execution. It's not easy to grow from what we are today to a company like SAP and Microsoft in a few years. So it's not easy to recruit 700 people and ensure they all get a good experience, they learn a lot, that they get a very good managers that coach them and make them become better. And all those things are complex, and it's execution. And all those things rely on the people working on Odoo. So typically everyone contributes, whether you become a coach for the new employees or you manage a complex customer project where you have to satisfy them so that we attract more customers. Basically, all our challenge today are just that, that the people are efficient, do their job efficiently so that the company can rely on that to grow. Can Odoo afford 3 months for free in order to learn the ERP? I'm not sure I understand the question, but the learning materials we have on Odoo are free for everyone. Huh? It's not 3 months forever. The free trial we have is 15 days, but you can create as many databases as you want, so you can recreate a new one all the time. Office in Morocco and Africa. I believe we'll create an office in Africa soon, but I have nothing to announce yet. How do people who live far away, such as Antwerp or Brussels, manage to come to grow here? First, the ones who live in Antwerp, they work in Antwerpen. We have an office in Antwerpen, so people can choose to work there. The ones who work in Brussels, it's actually very quick to go in Grand-Rosières or in Louvain-la-Neuve, because you are in the opposite direction of the traffic. So from Brussels, from Odoo, I would say, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and you are at the office. Especially because we allow a few days from home. You can work 2 or 3 days from home and 2 or 3 days at the office. It's not an issue for people living in Brussels. If you are developers in Antwerpen, that's more complex because we don't have developers in Antwerpen. It's only service and sales. And there I believe you will have to go to Grand-Rosières, unfortunately. You can go to Louvain-la-Neuve, it's closer. We have developers positioned in Louvain-la-Neuve, the ones working in the service department. More specifically, if I want to work in machine or deep learning, what should be a good thing to add to my knowledge beforehand? We don't recruit based on experience, so whether you have experience in different technologies, it's not very important for us. What we do when we do the interviews with new candidates is to analyze if they are smart and able to learn. So we'll typically do IQ test, logic test, development test, and so on. And it's okay if you don't master one of the technology. Pretty much everyone working in the artificial intelligence department of Odoo, they learned artificial intelligence at Odoo. So it's okay. My recommendation is just try to apply before learning, and you will see if you have the level or not. Should we mandatory master Python and JavaScript in order to apply to Odoo? No, not at all. We don't recruit for a specific language because every good developers can learn Python and JavaScript very quickly. These languages are easy. And when we do tests, development tests, or during the meetings or the interviews and so on, the candidates can use the language they want. So we don't require a specific language. You come with the language you prefer and you do all the tests on the language you like. We don't recruit specifically Python or JavaScript developers. If I finish my master in June, when should I apply? It's up to you. You can apply it right now. It's a bit early probably, but you can. And then we'll make you an offer for June. At least you have you are sure that you get a position when you start. So it's more personal question for you. It's when you want. You can apply now or later on. It's up to you. If you go for a developer position, I would apply now because I'm not sure we'll keep the 5,000 euro signing bonus forever. And if you apply now, you'll get the 5,000 euro signing bonus directly. It's guaranteed. A remote position new to offer? Not yet. For instance, everyone is working remotely because of the crisis now, but we expect people to come back at least a few days a week at the office in the future in order to create a good team spirit and environment. So for now, we don't recruit fully remote people. It could change, but not for now. Where do you see Odoo in the next 5 years? That's a good question. In order to understand the future, you have to look at the past. And if you look at the past of the IT, it used to start with operating system. So 15 years ago, there was lots of operating system: MS-DOS, Dr. DOS, Unix, Minix, BOS, Linux, and so on. And fast forward today, there is only 3 operating systems remaining: Linux, iOS, and Windows. And it used to be the same for the word processor. Before, there were Works, WordPerfect, Lotus, and so on and so on. And today, there is Google Docs and Microsoft Office. That's it. Only 2 remaining. It used to be the same for the database. You had DBase, Clipper, and so on and so on. Fast forward today, it's PostgreSQL, Oracle, and a little bit of MySQL, or Microsoft SQL also a little bit. I believe the management software market will follow the same trends. It's way more complex and higher in the layers of software. But I believe in a few years, I don't know if it's in 5 or 10, there will be a consolidation so that only 1, 2, or 3 will remain, and they will have all the markets. So there will be like a commoditization of the management software market. People will use a management software the same way they use Office or Gmail. It's just something you buy, a few drag and drops, and that's it. And where do I see Odoo in 5 years? I'm sure we will be a part of the 3 that will have the majority of the market. And not only will be part of the 3, but will be the most sane one, I would say, that act for the good with a strong open source product and so on. Which tips would you tell to someone who will be part of the Odoo team? I don't know if the question is to apply or when you start working at Odoo. If you start working at Odoo, it's to work with colleagues. There are so many things to learn. I see a lot of difference between the people who are shy and don't ask questions and the ones who ask to everybody and try to understand. I think it's better to get involved and ask a lot of questions rather than trying to find on your own when you start working at Odoo, because the amount of things to learn is quite big. If you apply, there is no tip. Fortunately, we don't judge people based on tips and tricks. We try to judge if they are smart and competent and so on. So I'm not sure if I can give tips. What I can say is the thing that don't matter too much. Language don't matter too much. If you speak English or French or Dutch or whatever, it works. It's good for us. And the behavior matters, but not that much because we probably have position for everyone. We like to adapt to the people. What matters for us is when someone brings something good to the company, and we don't care if he's not perfect on everything. Are there JavaScript and Python tests in the business analyst interview process? No. And there is not, even in the developers interview, there is no Python and JavaScript because developer can choose the language. For the business analyst, it's more about understanding how a company works. It's about what happens when I sell, I purchase, I manufacture, how would you manage a customer project? It's that kind of things. We try to check if the candidate is able to figure out himself a business process, even though he might not understand it at the beginning. We need an Odoo brand manager. Yes, we do have a marketing for that. The marketing is responsible of the Odoo brand. And we do recruit at the marketing, by the way. Candidates, engineering developers. What do you look out when hiring, interviewing candidates for engineering and developer roles? The main thing we look at is he a very good developer? Whatever the language, he has to be good in developing software. So we do tests on how to develop a very specific use case. Some of the tests you'll be able to do them from home, but that's I would say the main thing is just we look for smart people who are good in developments, whatever the language, whatever the it doesn't have to be to have 10 years of experience. Of course, experience is very good, but we recruit a lot of fresh graduates too. But the main reason why people fail at the interviews is that just because we give them a test on things to develop, and they don't succeed to develop the things we ask. That's really the main thing. Some people said that Odoo is just a framework, not really an ERP. What do you think? I think they were developers. There are some developers who use Odoo as a framework, and because they use it that way, they think Odoo works that way. But if you look at how Odoo is sold the market, it's more management software. It's not an ERP neither. We don't want to be compared with SAP or Oracle because those things are very bloated and complex. And Odoo is very simple and much faster and better. We do cover everything they do, even more. Traditional ERP don't do a web e-commerce, website builder, point of sale. We do way more than an ERP. So we don't compare ourselves to ERPs. You won't see the term ERP on a website. But it's clearly a software that is purchased by managers and business people more than developers. But there are a lot of partners who use Odoo as a framework because it's a very good framework too. So he's probably right that it's a framework, but he's not right that it's not an ERP. Are you recruiting sales? Yes, a lot in all our locations. So in the United States, in Belgium, in Mexico, in Buffalo, in Antwerp, in Louvain-la-Neuve, in Luxembourg. What do I forget? In Hong Kong, in India. We do recruit sales. We have different sales positions. I invite you to have a look at my presentation before. Just rewind a bit the video. Will there be a major tech stack change in the product? Yes, there are always a big change in the stack. I would say 50% of the time we refactor existing things rather than creating new features, even more than 50. No, there won't be no SQL. It doesn't work for what we do, and it's, I believe people are going out of NoSQL. It was a big trend, and it doesn't work that much. It creates a lot of problems. It works for some very specific problems, but not the ones we are solving. But we do a lot. Like for now, we are refactoring completely the client on a new framework called OWL, which is an improvement based on React, but pretty much everywhere we have big refactoring all the time. Do you plan to hire a community manager? No, not specifically a community manager, but we have people who do what community managers do, but they do more than that. The thing is, for us, relationship with the community is our core business model. It's not like someone is responsible of that. Everyone in the company is responsible of that. And the marketing helps everyone think in that way, but there is not like one person responsible of the community. Everyone communicates with the community. It's a mindset of the company, so we don't need a community manager, but we do, in the marketing department, everything that a traditional community manager would do. I'd like to be able to send a short explanation of all sales roles. They're on the website, and you can rewind this video. I think I didn't describe all the sales. You're right. So let's have a look quickly. To make the difference between the different sales position, where was it? So, salespeople, where is it? Did I miss it? Support, business analyst. Maybe it's this. Okay. So, I would say there are two types of salespeople in the world. You have the hunters and the farmers. The hunters are the ones who get their commission getting new customer. So they like the adrenaline of selling this month and reaching quotas and so on. Those are the hunters, the ones who are in this category are the business advisors. So a lot of their time they do demos, meet new customer, and their goal is to advise new customer on what Odoo can do for them. So it's about talking about the business, how we can transform companies, and also showing demos of the product. And it's a more hunter-like salesperson. On the farmer side, we have the account managers and the partnership consultant. They don't work to close deals in the short term. They recruit partners for this, or other companies who will resell Odoo, and account managers manage the partners we have recruited. So it's more partnership enablement, training them, coaching them, so that these guys will sell in the future. So it's longer, so that's why we call them the farmers. They plant seeds so that these service companies can become better, learn methodologies, learn the product, learn how to sell, so that these guys will generate revenue later on. And then the customer success direct and indirect, it's the same role but in different department. It's also farmer. They work on the customer satisfaction, so existing customer to check if they are happy or not. So if you like to have quota and sales target and fighting every month and the stress, the ups and downs of a traditional sales role, I believe you will like business advisor. If you are more about building a relationship for the midterm and providing value on your partners so that the partner will sell, you will be more comfortable in these two, or these four actually. If you are like problem solving, satisfying customer, finding issues to their solution, getting in touch with them so that they are happy and so on, then you will like customer success, direct or indirect. I hope it answered the question about the different sales teams. I'm good at functional knowledge of ERP, 13 years experience and 3 years with Odoo technical and workflows. Will there be a position and need? Yes. You could work as a sales in the mid-market and corporate team, probably, I don't know. Or you could work as a business analyst. Both are good for this profile. If you live in Canada, close to Buffalo, yes, you can apply. What's their story behind Odoo logo colors? I really like it. So in 2014, we changed our logo. Before it was called OpenERP and it was red. And we had to pick a new color. Red was not good. And because it's very complex to choose a new color, everyone has its say. People like this and like that, and you can talk for hours about choosing the right color and the right lighting and brightness and so on. So what we did, we choose the color of the year of this year. So typically the Pantone, the Pantone color, they release every year. They choose one color, which is the color of the year, and the purple of Odoo is the color of the year from the year we choose the new logo. So that way we avoid every discussion about which color is best or better or blah, blah. We just pick the color of the Pantone color of the year. Fast decision. Does the business analyst function need experience? No. We have position in the business analyst team for the ones who are not experienced, and we also have open position for the ones who are experienced. We do both. So depending on your experience, we'll give you different projects, but we are perfectly comfortable to work with someone who has no experience. We actually recruit a lot of students, so feel free to apply if it's the case for you. The never forgettable or good. I don't know what it is. I'll check after. I hope I answered everyone, probably not everyone, but the majority of the people I could. So if I give you a few seconds if you still have a question, otherwise I'd like to thank you and close the discussion here. Yes, accountant. We need accountant. Especially in the business analyst department, we like to have some specialist roles, whether it's in logistics or accounting. And it's a real value added to have an accountant in the business analyst department. So feel free to apply in the business analyst role, and we will assign you the projects that are closer to CFOs or accounting. We have more accounting involved. We work a lot with fiduciaries, for instance. We help a lot of fiduciaries or accounting firms to use Odoo for their clients. So we need that for the business analyst. What is the origin of Odoo name? It means nothing, because before we were called Tiny ERP and then Open ERP. Both names were bad. Tiny was bad because it was tiny. Open ERP were bad because people perceive ERP as being complex, and they are right. So we had to pick a new name in order to not make the mistake three times. We decided to pick a name that means nothing. That's why we chose Odoo. What's the migration script of 14? They are ready. You can use them. It's in beta now, so you can already use in the beta if you go to the migration platform. And the stable ones will be released within 10 days, I believe. Anyone who applied at Odoo last month and no answer, should I apply again? Yes, but that's strange. Usually we answer within a few days. Contact me on LinkedIn, I will investigate. It probably means our process is not working well. So Fabien Pinckaers, find that on LinkedIn and contact me. And I will look why you didn't get an answer. I'm learning coding on my side. What do you recommend to learn, focus on, to apply at Odoo? There is no specific technology we are looking for, just practice. And if you are good at developing, you have a chance. Can you apply as business analyst and developer at the same time? Yes, but that's strange. You won't have both positions. You will have to choose. But if you don't know what to choose, what I recommend is to pick one of the two and ask to the HR if you can have a discussion with them about what's better for you according to what you are looking for in life. And we can help you guide about what's better according to what you are looking for in your dream job. Nowadays, there is no quick answer on Odoo forum, any specific reason, because the forum is managed by the community, not by us. So sometimes you have an answer, sometimes you have not. And if I remember when, 60% of the questions have an answer, but 33% don't. So try to rephrase your question more clearly, or I don't know. But the reason is we don't work on that. It's only the community who goes to the forum. Or customer, they use the support instead of the forum. Anyway, thank you everyone for following up. Hope I convinced you to have a try applying at Odoo. It's really worth it. I guarantee you. But you will have to meet our people to understand what I mean. And have a nice day. Thank you. Where is...